Alright everybody, this is the start of part 6 of the Batwing build, 1/25th scale. Want to give everybody another look at the Batwing before I get started. This is just resting on top. My goal today is to use some sandpaper on the bottom of the Batwing, clean up those seams, and hit it with some more primer. Most common sandpaper that people use to clean up the seams is 320, 220, and 600 grit. I knew I had some 600 grit. It was down in the basement, so I got plenty, more than I need. I'll use the 600 grit with some water and wet sand the seams on the bottom of the Batwing. That's my goal today, is to get that done, hit it with some more primer, and get ready to assemble the Batwing. Put the top on, wire everything up, and then get ready for some paint. Now when I mount this to the top, I may have to use some putty. I'll keep my fingers crossed to see how it turns out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I figured I'd give everybody an update on the Batwing, and I'll post all that when it's done, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Batwing. I got it flipped over, getting ready to wet sand it. You can see the seam work that I did. This side's pretty decent. I may still hit it with some 600 grit. This side here, there's just a little bit too much putty showing, and that's what I want to really focus on, clean up. Did fail to mention that this is Saturday, November 12th, and it's almost 12 o'clock. It's almost lunchtime. So I'm going to get started here working on the seams. Keep my fingers crossed that this will be the final draw with the seam work. Then I can hit it with some more primer, and get it ready to assemble and hit it with some paint. So that's what I'm going to focus on this afternoon, is the seam work. Work on that, get it done. I'll post that when that's all done, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Batwing. Looks like the 600 grit and wet sanding the seams is turning out to be what I'm expecting. Little bit more work to do, and then it'll be ready for the spray booth. I just wanted to clean up and get most of the putty off. It's nice and smooth. It looks like it should apply real good with some primer. I'm not going to get all the putty off like right in front here, but I think a little bit more work and she'll be ready for the spray booth. Hit it with some paint today, so I got plenty of time. It's still early in the afternoon. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. So I'm going to continue working on the Batwing, do a little bit more wet sanding. Figured I'd give everybody another update, and talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Batwing. I just finished with the 600 grit sandpaper. Seams look really nice and clean. I think it's ready now for its third coat of primer, so I'll set up the spray booth here in a little bit. One thing I don't think I've ever shared with everybody is this is my dual piston air compressor. I picked this up back in 2010. It's almost 7 years old. It's a Storm Force. It's a real nice air compressor. Take care of it. It's like new. It'll probably outlive me, but it's a good little air compressor. This is what I use 99% of the time on my kits. When I get into the bigger kits, I'll use my California air compressor downstairs in the basement with my new Iwata spray gun, but that's down the road. But right now, this is what I use. This is my Storm Force dual piston air compressor. It's really a nice air compressor. A little pricey, but well worth it. So back on the Batwing, I'm going to get the air spray booth set up and get this ready for some paint. figured I'd do an update. Once that's all done, I'll film it and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Batwing. Turned out great. With the bottom of the Batwing, the seams, you could barely see them. They look more like panel lines now, and I'm going to leave it like that. This side looks a little rough, but it's smooth. I'll probably hit it with some 600 grit sandpaper, dry sand it, clean it up a little bit. This side over here is really nice. Turned out real nice and smooth. Looks good. The base, I hit it with some flat yellow, which is XF-3, and didn't apply too well, as you can see here on the video, but I hit it with some 600 grit. I'm going to clean it up again and hit it with some more paint tomorrow. That should work out. I think maybe the yellow paint had a reaction to the flat black for some reason, but I'll clean it up and paint it again tomorrow. Then everybody saw the top of the bat wing. It's finished, so I'm close to putting everything together, wiring it up, and that'll be my next step. Just work on the base tomorrow. Figured I'd give everybody a quick update on the Batwing, and I'll get with everybody later on the next steps I'm going to do with it, and I'll post that here. Probably make another video up tomorrow. So I'm going to end it right here and work on this tomorrow, and I figure I'd give everybody an update and talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Batwing. This is Sunday, November 20th. It's about 2:45 in the afternoon. What I want to work on today is the Batwing and the machine gun right here. I got to assemble that. The missiles and everything's been primered, ready for paint. This part here comes out, the bottom of the Batwing. I don't think I'm going to put that in. I'm going to have it all closed on the bottom. I'm just going to leave this feature out. With the Batwing, this is just sitting on top. I got to wire everything up, then glue it down. I think there's a few gaps. May have to use putty. I'll keep my fingers crossed how that all seals up once I glue it on top of the Batwing. I figured I'd share this with everybody, what I'm going to be doing with the Batwing today. When that's all done, I'll film it and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Batwing. This is Sunday, November 27th, and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Over the holiday weekend, I've worked a little bit on the Batwing. Need to touch up the base. It's not quite done yet. I did paint the missiles. The tips all red, the bottom I decided with gunmetal. I still need to do the machine guns. I need to look over the top of the Batwing. Everything's done, but I want to check the wiring, make sure everything's alright before I mount it onto the Batwing. Figured I'd give everybody a quick update with what I'm doing with the Batwing, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Batwing. I worked on the base the last couple days. It's looking good. May have to touch it up a little bit more, but I say it's done. I painted the main machine gun in gunmetal and steel. Highlighted it with the steel. Looks pretty good. Hopefully that'll show up on camera. The main guns, I used steel and highlighted it in gunmetal. Looks pretty cool. And I used Tamiya gunmetal X-10. The base, I used flat yellow XF-3. For the base, flat black XF-1. And then I used Model Masters number 4679 steel. So I'm going to continue working on this today. Maybe I can wire up the Batwing and get it together. And when I get that, I'll film it and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Batwing. This is Sunday, December 11th, and it's a little about 20 to 1. Been working on it on and off over a month now. It's finally all together, looking good. Last couple weekends I've been working on it and cleaning it up, and I had to apply some Tamiya putty. I'll pick it up. Had to add some putty there on the corner and on the back, and but I'll pick it up. Do it this way on the sides and a little bit on the front. Not a lot of putty work that I had to fill in the gaps. Looking good though. Got it hooked up to a 9-volt battery. I'm going to turn the overhead light off. Everything's working fine. It's looking good. You can see the lights underneath. See the lights there? Look good. Everything's looking good and running good. Inside the cockpit area, everything's lit and looking good. Go ahead and open up the cockpit here. Get a better look at it now. It's looking good. I don't know if I can get it here on the side. But I got the machine gun put in, and of course I can't open it here. Everybody take a look at it. That's what I can do with a toothpick here. There we go. There's the machine gun. Looks good. Everything's looking good. So I figured I'd call this a wrap for part 6 on the Batwing. Let me shut the light off. Everything's looking good. My next step is to get it canopy covered up and hit it with some more primer, and then hit it with some flat black. So I'd like to thank all my YouTube subscribers. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and everybody have a good day.